Some dreams are big. Some dreams are small. Some dream to go from place to place. Dreams of love and ever after. Dreams and sacrifices that builds the future. Whatever the dream or step or journey, you can do more with a partner that cares about your dreams. Access, more than banking.
All right, that said, Aruna, let us come to our market for the first half of 2021. Without looking at the figures, how much would you say you have made? How well would you say the market has treated you within the first half of the year? We are already in the second half.
I want to answer that question by referring to what my former MD used to say. If you tell him that the index has gained 50%, we ask, what is your portfolio? As our portfolio gained the same 50%, I think performance is actually judged by your portfolio. And if you look at what actually is responsible that dragged down the indexes, we have always said it, Airtel Africa along the line would have come down, Boa Cement would have come down, Dangote Cement would have come down, MTN would have come down. So, and chances are that those stocks I'm talking about are not in my portfolio. So they won't drag down my portfolio to that magnitude.
Of course, we will soon get there when we begin to analyze major gainers in the first half of 2021. But let me ask this question. Based on the figures we can see, looking at the NGX All-Share Index, looking at market capitalization, looking at market, the number of gainers, and then the number of losers. Looking at these figures, I really cannot say the market was bad in the first half of 2021. But what would you say had been the major factors in support of the market within the first half of 2021?
I think I have to disclose the prices. You know, they were actually low as at the time we were entering 2021. And, you know, the quarter four results spill over into 2021 as we begin to see the result and dividends were declared. And it was when you compare the dividend and what they are paying and their earning per share, you will discover that they were trading at their lows.
You see, Aruna, Nigeria is a country where everybody, more or less, they're always complaining, things are difficult, there's no business you do that will make profit, and there and that, and like that, and like that. Now, with what we see in the market, with this kind of growth we see in the prices of equities, what will be your message to those who are still there criticizing the market, and the market is gaining and the market is moving forward and they're not there, yet confused as to what to do?
Can I actually answer that question by telling you that when the Naira was almost equal to the dollar, people complained that things were difficult. When it was now 40 Naira to $1, people complained that things were difficult. So people will always complain. But what I would just say, is sometimes it's indecision, and there are people that want to make it now. It's a gradual plan. You cannot just. It's not a jackpot. It's not a kalo that you think that you put put 10 kobo, drag the machine, and you vomit 20 naira. You analyze a stock just like we talk about Access Bank. Access Bank have a destination. You take position as it is now. By the time those figures begin to roll in and it's moving to 10 naira, moving to 15 naira, and 20 naira, you'll be the better for it. Because they don't want to go through that process. Because the question they will ask you, bros, if I give you 100,000 this month, can you make another 100,000 for me at the end
like
of
somebody
the month?
asking if he could use the money he intended to pay his rent with and then put it in stock.
Turn it over again 100%, then pay the rent and still have eat your bonds and keep your penny. It does not work like that.
What are your expectations for second half of the year that we are in already. We know fully well that in the second half of the year, we are going to first get the second quarter reports, right? And then we are also going to get the third quarter reports. So seeing these possibilities, at least these two major results in the market in this half of the year where we are in now, what are your expectations?
You know, from what we have seen in quarter one, we have seen the direction to which some of these stocks are going. And pro rata, you can decide how their growth will actually be like. And I believe that by the time we begin to see quarter two, most of these prices will not be where we are seeing them. By the time quarter three comes, it will not be solid. From there, you can actually calculate or forecast what the quarter four will likely be. I believe that the market will begin to react positively when quarter two and quarter three results are being released to the market.
Now, let me put this question to you. What are the industries you wouldn't want me to focus on? Or you don't want to look at industry, but you are suggesting individual equities?
I think I would like to look at individual equities than industry, because sometimes it's the performance of a stock is not, or the performance in the market is not industry specific. It has to do with the company, your turnout, the quality of management, and what you are doing, and the kind of result you are releasing to the market. So I believe it will be stock specific than industry specific.
All right. Let's quickly go to those equities that made major gains within the first half of the year. I will read them out. See, this is not funny. You and me, when the market, when the country, but I don't know whether you lost out totally in this that I'm going to be reading out. In the first half of the year, Lasaco, an insurance company that used to belong wholly to Lagos State government, gained 328.57%. I didn't make a mistake. It was 35 kobo, under 50 kobo, as at 31st of December 2020. As at 30th of June 2021, it was selling at 1 naira 50 kobo. Then the Morrison, Aruna and myself actually talked about this Morrison. I also put the question to Malam Garba Krufi also. I just didn't know what was responsible for Morrison, but in the course of the first half of the year, it grew by 185.71%. Then Champion Breweries, I know Aruna has something to say about that. It grew 144.19%. You see, within this period, we should understand that these equities also shed some points. It was not just a straight line graph from point 0 to point Z. No, it was a zigzag format. The days they gained, the days they declined. The days indicators were saying they were not Bible. The days indicators were saying that you should accumulate. But ultimately, at the end of the first half of the year, I could also see Royal Exchange Insurance, another insurance company PLC, another insurance company growing by 134%, and another insurance company also, Regency Alliance, growing by 109%. With this, I can tell you the industry that was most favored within the first half of the year. But Aruna, what do you think were the factors behind the growth, particularly of insurance equities? Because within the first 5 top gainers in the course of the first half of the year, we could see Lasaco, we could see Royal Exchange, we could see Regency Alliance.
One of the things that actually bedog some of these companies is a lack of working capital. We saw them pass through financial engineering, especially as at the end of 2020. I think in that process they had a lot of money that they could turn around, and most of the results you can see growth. There was serious growth in it. If you look at that Lasaco that you just mentioned, at the end of the day, even when they make 9.3 kobo, they went ahead and paid 10 kobo dividend. And I think the result wasn't bad. It was actually not bad. Even if you look at their quarter one result, it wasn't
I've not
bad.
spoken with the managing director. I might have to call him now and specifically say congratulations to him because of our time. Let's quickly look at all those equities on the losers chart so that we don't present the stock market as a platform whereby it exists only for you to make money and then you don't lose money.
First Money is Nigeria's biggest and most preferred agent banking network. Thanks to First Money, millions of people are living their dreams. Meet some First Money agents who are driving this.
First Money is the best POS that we use in my area. I started with one container beside me. This is my main branch. I have up to 7 branches.
With First Money, I've been able to employ 6 staffs, which 5 are female. So I see First Money as a business to employ and also to empower ladies.
Through First Money, over 1 million people across Nigeria have their financial services needs met daily. In all the accessible local government areas, you are bound to find First Money agents. With First Money, we're bringing financial inclusion and the many benefits that come with it. You first, First Bank.
Now we go to another news. Lafarge says that they have redeemed fully the 33.6 billion naira bond. What does it portend for shareholders of Lafarge?
You see, what actually happened was that in 2016, they have a shelf registration of 100 billion. They have done Series 1, Series 2, up to 60 billion. And this was the last that they did. That means they didn't complete the 40 billion. This is the last that the obligation that they have. I think what it means to a very large extent is that they have deleveraged.
That means the company is now owing hugely.
And you can see that is why the stock getting to 36 naira is trading around 20, 21 naira because of the dividend they pay. And you know that for what it is worth, they are supposed to pay coupon on this bond. So that is removed from their income statement. That will not trickle down to their earning per share, which may even give them that leverage to pay better dividend going forward.
Going forward. Madam Kurufi and myself will still be talking about that when we get to that level. Another story or information hit the market in the course of last week. DPC, they announced a mandatory takeover by Custodian Investment PLC. Should I be buying UPDC, or is it Custodian Investment that I should buy?
I think what happened, I think there is this provision by SEC that if you take from the minority shareholder that quantum, that you should extend the largesse to the minority. If you take from the majority shareholder, should extend the largesse to the. It was done at 90 kobo.
USCN was the one.
They have divested. As we speak, Custody have 51% already.
So they might even change the name if they choose to.
It's just 3.02% that they want to be. They just want to extend it at 90 kobo because the stock is currently trading at 1 kobo. Because what happens? It happens in Adova. It happens in a 111 PLC. Is that as you are taking it from the minority shareholder, extend it to the major shareholder so that they have a feel of that price. I think that is why they are doing that.
So now, as it stands, what should I be doing? Will you be telling me to consider investing in UPDC, or you advise that I invest in custodian investment?
For those that are in position, I will ask them to hold because we don't really know what custodian will do. Even if at the end of the day they want to delist it, they are going. If they know when they want to delist, they up the price for the current shareholders. I think it might be for them. But for a buy, you look at it, it's 81 kobo to 90 kobo. Now that question now is that what do you want in investment? The rise from 81 kobo to 90 kobo, is this sufficient for your objective, for your investment objective? If yes, then I will consider taking position in it.
Some dreams are big. Some dreams are small. Some dream to go from place to place. Dreams of love and ever after. Dreams and sacrifices that builds the future. Whatever the dream or step or journey, you can do more with a partner that cares about your dreams. Access, more than banking.